Chapter 1. The Arrival. The air is cold, the sun is low. The White House gates open slowly. A long black car moves forward. It stops. Cameras click. Journalists lean in, notebooks ready, microphones up. A moment later, the door opens. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy steps out. He is not wearing a suit, no black tie, no polished shoes. Instead, his usual outfit, a military-style jacket, dark pants, sturdy boots. The reporters see it first. A suit was expected. A suit means respect. A suit means tradition. But Zelenskyy? He is here as a wartime president, a man whose country is fighting. Inside the White House, officials are watching. Some shake their heads. Some exchange glances. One whispers, "He didn't wear it?" Trump knows. He heard about this hours ago. He didn't like it then. He doesn't like it now. The tall double doors swing open. The Ukrainian president steps inside. The walls shine. Gold frames, bright lights, the heart of American power. Then, footsteps, slow, steady. A door at the end of the hall opens, and there he is, Donald J. Trump. He walks forward. His blue tie sways. His shoes shine. His smile is tight. This is a moment for the cameras, a historic handshake. Zelenskyy moves first. He extends his hand. Trump grips it firmly, too firmly. A pause, a test of strength. Then, Trump speaks. His voice is light, but there is something else beneath it. Nice outfit, Volodymyr. Very presidential. A few chuckles in the room. A few raised eyebrows. Zelenskyy does not laugh. He stands tall, his shoulders squared, his face unreadable. He is used to pressure. He is used to cameras. But today, this is not about a suit. He meets Trump's eyes. His voice is calm, even. Mr. President, my country is at war. Silence. The room is full. Advisors, aides, diplomats. But now, it feels smaller, tighter. Trump's expression does not change. He nods. Just once. A quick, sharp motion. Then, with a wave of his hand, he turns. All right, let's get started. The two men walk down the hall. The meeting room waits. The world waits. But one thing is already clear. This will not be an easy conversation. Chapter 2. The Suit Controversy. The room is quiet. The air feels heavy. Eyes shift from Trump to Zelenskyy. From Zelenskyy to Trump. Did the American president just mock him? Did he mean it as a joke? Or was it something else? A test? A challenge? Zelenskyy does not react. He sits still. He does not smile. He does not frown. He has faced worse than this. He has stood in burning cities. He has visited soldiers on the front lines. He has spoken to mothers who have lost their sons. A suit is not his concern. But in this room, it is a symbol. Trump leans back in his chair. His hands rest on the table. His fingers tap. Slow, steady. He looks at Zelenskyy. Then he speaks again. His voice is smooth, but the words are sharp. You know, people say a suit shows respect, a little effort. But hey, maybe I'm old-fashioned. Some in the room shift in their seats. A few smile. A few stay still. Zelenskyy does not move. He takes a breath. His voice is calm. But there is something behind it. Something firm. Mr. President, my country is at war. This is how I dress when my soldiers are fighting for their lives. For a moment, there is silence. Then, Trump exhales. A soft chuckle. He shakes his head. All right, I get it. You want to look like a fighter? Zelenskyy's eyes do not leave him. His back is straight. His hands rest on the table. He is not here to talk about clothes. A woman coughs. An advisor shifts papers. The meeting must go on. Trump tilts his head. So, Volodymyr, tell me, what exactly do you need? Now it begins. The real conversation. Zelenskyy does not hesitate. He has rehearsed this in his mind. He knows every fact, every number, every argument. We need air defense. We need weapons. We need long-range missiles. Without them, we cannot win. Trump nods slowly. He picks up a pen, twirls it in his fingers. He does not look at Zelenskyy. He looks at the table. That's a lot. It costs a lot. And let me ask you. He finally lifts his gaze, eyes locking onto Zelenskyy's. How much longer do you think this war will last? Zelenskyy holds his breath for half a second. Then he answers. As long as it takes. Trump sighs. He leans forward now, elbows on the table. His voice drops lower, almost a whisper. Volodymyr, I like winners. I like people who know when to make a deal. I like people who don't just fight, but also think. Zelenskyy's jaw tightens. His voice remains steady. Fighting for freedom is thinking, Mr. President. We do not have the luxury of stopping. Trump smiles. But it is not a friendly smile. It is something else. Sure. But think about this. Is there a point where you've lost too much? A point where it's smarter to sit down with Russia and talk? The words linger in the air. Zelenskyy's fingers curl slightly. His face does not change, but his heart beats faster. He speaks slowly, carefully. Russia did not come to talk. Russia came to take. Trump taps his fingers on the table again. Maybe, but every war ends, Volodymyr. Every fight has a deal at the end. Zelenskyy shakes his head. Not this one. Not on their terms. Another silence. The room feels smaller now. The air thicker. Trump sighs. He spreads his hands. Look, I get it. You're a tough guy. You stand your ground. I respect that. He nods once. But let's talk numbers. What do you think American taxpayers want? Do they want to send you more money, more weapons, more aid? Zelenskyy leans forward now. His turn. They want to stop dictators. They want to protect democracy. If Ukraine falls, others will follow. Poland, the Baltics, the world will be less safe. Trump exhales, shaking his head. That's what they say. But you know what I hear? People are tired. They want America to focus on America. Zelenskyy does not blink. His voice is sharper now. If America stops supporting Ukraine, Russia will win. And when Russia wins, they will not stop. Not with us, not with Europe, not with anyone. Trump waves a hand. So dramatic. Zelenskyy's eyes darken. It is not drama, Mr. President. It is war. A heavy pause. The only sound is the distant clicking of cameras outside. Then, Trump sighs again. He drums his fingers. All right, Volodymyr, you made your case. He glances at his advisors. Let's take a break. He stands. The meeting is not over, but the tone has been set. Zelenskyy watches as Trump leaves the room. He does not relax. He knows this is not about suits, not about words. This is about survival. And the battle is far from over. Chapter 3. The Opening Statements. The cameras are gone, the doors are shut. The world is watching, but not from here. Inside this room, it is only them, the leaders, the advisors, the ones who make decisions that shape history. The air feels tense. Every chair is filled. Every face is serious. Trump leans back in his seat. His hands rest on the table. His fingers tap, slow and steady. His eyes study Zelenskyy, but his expression is unreadable. Then he speaks. His voice is light, almost casual, but there is an edge to it. Tell me, Volodymyr, what is the plan? Zelenskyy sits still. He is ready for this. He has prepared every argument, every fact. But he knows this is not just about logic. It is about power. Trump's eyes narrow. He continues, you want more aid, more weapons, more support. But what's the end game? When does it stop? The words hang in the air. A question, but also a challenge. Zelenskyy meets his gaze. His voice is steady. It stops when Ukraine is free. A pause. Trump tilts his head. Free? That's a nice word, but let's be real. You've been fighting for years. How much longer do you expect the world to keep paying for this war? Zelenskyy does not blink. He speaks clearly, slowly. We are not asking. We are fighting. A silence falls over the room. Some glance at each other. Some shift in their seats. The weight of his words lingers. Trump nods. A smirk plays at the corner of his lips. You know, some people say you're tough. Some say stubborn. I say, we'll see. He leans forward now, elbows on the table. His voice lowers, but it is sharp. Wars don't go on forever, Volodymyr. At some point, you sit down, you talk, you make a deal. Zelenskyy does not move. We will not negotiate with an invader. Trump raises an eyebrow. No matter what, even if it means ending the war? Zelenskyy's jaw tightens. If we stop now, it does not end the war. It only helps Russia. A murmur in the room. Some nod, some take notes. Trump exhales. He shakes his head. That's one way to look at it. His tone shifts. He gestures toward his advisors. Look, I get it. You want to win. You want to keep fighting. But America has been paying for this war a long time. People are tired. They want to know why we're still writing checks. Zelenskyy leans forward now. His voice is firmer. Because if we fall, others will follow. Russia will not stop. This is not just about Ukraine. This is about all of Europe. It is about the world. Trump chuckles softly. He looks at the ceiling, then back at Zelenskyy. You make it sound simple, like good versus evil, like a movie. Zelenskyy does not smile. It is not a movie. It is real. People die every day. Cities burn. We fight because we must. The words are quiet, but they land heavy. Even Trump does not speak for a moment. Then he leans back. Okay, so tell me, what exactly do you want? Spell it out. Zelenskyy is ready. He does not hesitate. More air defense, more long-range weapons. Sanctions on Russia must stay strong. We need your help. Trump listens. He nods slowly. His fingers tap against the table. Then he shrugs. And what does America get? Zelenskyy's lips press together. His voice does not change. Security. Stability. A world where dictators do not win. Trump's smirk returns. That sounds nice, but let's talk business. He turns to his advisors. Some whisper among themselves. Papers shuffle. Numbers are checked. Then he turns back to Zelenskyy. We've given you billions. What if we stop? What if we say, enough? The question is cold. Director. The room feels smaller. Zelenskyy does not look away. His voice is clear. If you stop, Russia wins. Trump tilts his head. And what if they do? The words cut through the air like a knife. Some advisors glance at each other. No one speaks. Zelenskyy does not hesitate. His voice is sharp now. Then the war does not end. It moves to Poland, to the Baltics, to NATO's borders. It will not stop with us. Trump listens, his expression unreadable. He taps his fingers again, then he leans forward. So, you're saying America has no choice? Zelenskyy meets his gaze. I am saying America must choose. Another silence. It stretches. Then Trump nods. He turns to his advisors. All right, let's take a break. The meeting is not over. but the battle of words has begun. Chapter 4. The Aid Debate. The room feels colder. The air is thick with tension. All eyes are on the two men seated across from each other. The discussion has shifted. No more polite introductions, no more small talk. The real issue is now on the table. Billions of dollars, weapons, assistance support. Trump leans forward. His elbows rest on the smooth surface in front of him. His voice is calm, but carries weight. Why should the U.S. keep paying? His eyes narrow. What's in it for us? The question is blunt, sharp. It is not unexpected, but it cuts through the air like a blade. Zelenskyy does not look away. He knows this question. He has answered it before. He will answer it again. His voice is clear, steady. Freedom, security, stability. Trump does not react. He listens, waiting for more. Zelenskyy continues. He speaks of alliances, of promises made. He reminds the room that Ukraine is not only fighting for itself, it is standing on the front line for democracy, for the world. Trump watches him. He nods slightly, but there is something unreadable in his expression. He sits back in his chair, then he shrugs. Allies? I like winners. Are you winning? The words land heavily. The weight of them fills the silence. Zelenskyy does not flinch. He knows how to handle pressure. He has faced worse than this. He keeps his voice firm. We are still fighting. Trump tilts his head. Still fighting. His voice is slow, measured. That's another way of saying you're not winning. Zelenskyy exhales. He expected this. He leans forward, his fingers pressing together. Wars are not won overnight. They are won by those who do not give up. Trump nods. He does not look convinced. His fingers tap on the table. You need more weapons, more money, more everything. And what if we stop? What happens then? Zelenskyy's answer is immediate. Then Russia wins. Trump lifts an eyebrow. And what does that mean for us? The question is not asked lightly. It is a test, a challenge. Zelenskyy holds his ground. It means war will not stop with Ukraine. It will spread. It will reach NATO's borders. It will reach your allies. And in time, it may reach you. Trump exhales slowly. He shakes his head. You think America is in danger? Zelenskyy does not hesitate. I know that if Russia is not stopped now, it will not stop later. The room is silent. Some advisors glance at each other. Some take notes. Trump folds his arms. His tone changes. You're asking for billions. That's a lot. And tell me, how much of that money stays in Ukraine? How much is lost? Zelenskyy's fingers tighten slightly. He understands the implication. Corruption, misuse of funds. He has heard these concerns before. His voice does not waver. Every dollar is used for defense, for survival, for the fight against tyranny. Trump nods slowly, as if considering the words. Then he sighs. People in my country are asking, Why should we spend money on a war thousands of miles away when we have problems at home? Zelenskyy leans forward. His eyes are sharp. His voice is steady. Because your problems will be worse if we lose. Trump lifts his chin. Is that a threat? Zelenskyy shakes his head. It is a fact. A pause. A long silence. The weight of the moment is thick. Trump taps his fingers again. A steady rhythm. Then he exhales. So, what's your offer? Zelenskyy frowns slightly. Offer? Trump smirks. You're a businessman, Vladimir. What do we get in return? Zelenskyy straightens. A safer world. Trump chuckles. That sounds nice. But I deal in real things, not ideas. Zelenskyy meets his gaze. Then deal in history. Look back. Look at what happens when the world lets dictators take what they want. Trump watches him. He does not speak. Zelenskyy continues. Look at what happens when the strong abandon the weak. Look at what happens when fear wins. Trump sighs. He leans back. His arms cross. His lips press together. Finally, he speaks. I don't like losing. His voice is lower now, almost thoughtful. But I also don't like wasting money. Zelenskyy does not blink. Then help us win. Another silence. Trump looks at his advisors. He lifts a hand. We'll talk numbers. The meeting is far from over. But something has shifted. The battle is not just on the front lines. It is here, in this room. And the fight is not over yet. Chapter 5. Russia and the Unfinished War. The room feels colder. The air heavier. The conversation has reached a breaking point. No more talk of aid, no more debates about money. Now it is about something deeper, something greater. War, Russia, the future. Trump leans back in his chair. His hands fold together. His eyes study Zelenskyy carefully. Then he speaks. Maybe it's time to negotiate. Time to shake hands and end it. The words hang in the air. They do not move. Zelenskyy does not blink. His shoulders tighten. His hands grip the edge of the table. His voice is clear. We do not negotiate with those who invade us. The room is silent. Not even the advisors shift. Trump tilts his head. His expression is unreadable. Then he sighs. Well, Vladimir, I do business with everyone. Zelenskyy's jaw tightens. His heartbeat is steady, but faster now. His country is not a business. His people are not numbers on a page. Trump's voice is smooth, almost casual. Every war ends, doesn't it? They all do. Eventually, someone sits down. Someone makes a deal. He leans forward. Why not now? Zelenskyy breathes in slowly. His voice remains strong. Because a deal with Russia is not peace, it is surrender. Trump raises an eyebrow. So, you're saying there's no way out? Zelenskyy shakes his head. There is only one way out. Victory. A soft chuckle escapes Trump's lips. He shakes his head, amused. You're a tough guy, huh? Zelenskyy does not answer. He does not need to. Trump shifts in his chair. His tone changes. Look, I get it. You don't trust them. But what if there's a way to stop the fighting? A way to save lives? Zelenskyy's fingers tighten slightly. He has heard this before. The idea of peace, the promise of an easy way out. It is always tempting, but it is always a lie. He exhales. Saving lives means stopping Russia, not making deals with them. Trump watches him. His fingers drum against the table. A slow, steady beat. You ever think you're fighting a war you can't win? Zelenskyy does not hesitate. No. The answer is final. Trump leans back again. He studies the ceiling, then glances at his advisors. He lets out a long sigh. You know, some people would say you're being reckless. Zelenskyy's eyes darken. And some people do not know what it means to fight for their country. Trump smirks. Fair enough. An advisor clears their throat. Papers shuffle. The silence is broken. Trump straightens. His tone sharpens. All right, tell me this. What happens if Russia doesn't stop? If this war goes on for years, what then? Zelenskyy does not hesitate. Then we keep fighting. Trump exhales sharply. For how long? Zelenskyy's voice is calm. For as long as it takes. Trump shakes his head. And if you lose? Zelenskyy meets his gaze. His voice does not shake. We will not. A pause. A heavy, unbreakable pause. Trump watches him. His lips press together. Then he exhales. You're really all in, huh? Zelenskyy nods once. Yes. The room is still. The air feels thick. Trump rubs his chin. All right. Let's say we keep sending weapons, keep sending money. What's the guarantee? What do we get? Zelenskyy leans forward. His voice does not rise, but it is filled with purpose. A safer world, a future where dictators do not win, a future where Russia does not decide who lives and who dies. Trump exhales. He nods slightly. Big words. Zelenskyy does not move. True words? Trump looks at his advisors again. They whisper among themselves. Some take notes. Some wait. He looks back at Zelenskyy. His tone is thoughtful now. So, no peace talks. No deals. No stopping. Zelenskyy's voice is steady. No stopping. Trump sighs. He runs a hand through his hair. All right. A pause. Let's see what we can do. The meeting is not over, but the conversation has changed. The lines are drawn. The decisions are not easy. The war is not finished. The fight is far from over. Before we begin Chapter 6, a quick note for our listeners. You're currently listening to this audiobook on Woo English. Remember, this content is specially made for Woo English listeners only. If you're hearing it on any other channel, it may be a violation of Woo English's rights. Please ensure you're tuned into the right source to fully enjoy and respect this audiobook journey. Now, let's continue the story. Chapter 6. The Press Conference That Never Happened. The afternoon sun shines on the White House lawn. A podium stands ready. Microphones are in place. Reporters adjust their cameras. The world waits. A press conference is scheduled. Leaders should stand side by side. Words should be spoken. Promises should be made. Inside, the mood is different. The meeting has not gone as planned. Tension lingers in the air. Voices are hushed, but the urgency is clear. Aides move quickly. Phones buzz. Papers shuffle. The energy is restless. Trump stands near the long wooden table, his arms crossed, his expression unreadable. Zelenskyy remains seated. His hands rest on the armrests of his chair. His posture is firm, his face unshaken. Across the room, an advisor leans in. A whisper, just loud enough. Cancel it. The press secretary nods. The decision is made. There will be no joint statement, no photos of unity, no words of agreement. Zelenskyy watches them. His jaw tightens. He unfolds his arms and sits forward. His voice is clear. This is a mistake. Trump grins. His head tilts slightly, a familiar smirk forming. Sometimes, silence says more than words. The room is still. Advisors wait. Aides exchange glances. The air between the two men remains thick. Zelenskyy exhales. He knows what this means. No statement, no speech, no public show of support. The cameras outside will see an empty podium. Reporters will ask why. The world will wonder what went wrong. Trump turns to an aide. Tell them something came up. A hand waves dismissively. It is over. Zelenskyy stands. His movements are slow, deliberate. His hands clasp together. His voice remains calm, but there is steel beneath it. If you do not stand with us, history will remember. Trump's grin lingers, but there is something behind his eyes now. He shrugs. History remembers a lot of things. His voice is casual, too casual. Sometimes it remembers winners. Sometimes it remembers mistakes. Zelenskyy does not react. He has nothing more to say. Words today would change nothing. Actions already spoke. The door opens. Aides move to guide them out. A hallway stretches ahead. Bright lights, polished floors. Footsteps echo as the two leaders walk side by side. No words pass between them. At the entrance, security stands ready. Zelenskyy's team is waiting. A final handshake is expected. Cameras are positioned even if the press conference is gone. Trump stops. He looks at Zelenskyy. Good luck, he says, his voice light, almost amused. Zelenskyy meets his eyes. We do not need luck. We need allies. A pause. Trump nods once. We'll see. Then he turns and walks away. The door closes behind him. Outside, the cameras flash. Reporters lean forward. Microphones are raised. But the podium remains empty. No leader steps forward. No speech is given. Aides offer quick explanations. The press event is canceled. No further details. No reason given. Reporters shout questions. Was the meeting a failure? Did Trump refuse aid? Why is Zelenskyy leaving without speaking? There are no answers. Zelenskyy steps into his car. The door shuts behind him. The engine hums. The vehicle moves forward, away from the White House, away from the empty podium, away from the words that were never spoken. Inside the car, he exhales. His gaze remains fixed ahead. There is no time to dwell. No time for frustration. The fight is not over. The war is not won. The White House fades in the distance. The questions remain. The world will talk. They will analyze every moment. They will wonder what was said behind closed doors. But Zelenskyy knows the truth. Some moments do not need cameras. Some battles do not happen on the front lines. And some silences are louder than words. Chapter 7. The abrupt ending. The room feels colder now. The meeting, once tense, is now over. No agreements, no resolutions, no warm farewell. Just an ending, sharp, sudden, unfinished. Trump pushes back his chair. His expression is unreadable. His advisors are already moving, collecting documents, checking messages, whispering among themselves. Some glance toward Zelenskyy, but no one speaks. There is nothing more to say. Zelenskyy rises, his hands at his sides, his face calm. He does not rush, does not hesitate. He knew this meeting would be difficult. He knew there were no guarantees, but still, something lingers in the air, an expectation, an unspoken challenge. Trump watches him. Then, just as Zelenskyy reaches the door, his voice breaks the silence. Next time, wear the suit. A chuckle, a smirk. Zelenskyy stops, his back straight, his breath steady. He turns slowly. His gaze meets Trump's. A pause, a beat of silence. Then his voice comes, firm and clear. Next time, remember who is really fighting. Trump tilts his head. Amusement flickers in his eyes, but he does not reply. Zelenskyy does not wait. He turns back toward the hallway. His steps are measured, each one firm, deliberate. The doors open. He steps through. His team follows. Some whisper among themselves. Others glance at him, searching for a sign, a reaction. But his face remains unchanged. The hallway stretches ahead. Bright lights, polished floors. Footsteps echo against the walls. The air is thick with unspoken words. Outside, the world is waiting. Reporters stand ready. Cameras flash. Microphones are raised. The podium stands empty. The press conference was never held. No handshake for the cameras. No joint statement. No sign of unity. Questions fly from all directions. Was the meeting a failure? Did Trump refuse more aid? Did Zelenskyy walk away with nothing? No answers come. No response. His team moves quickly. The black car waits at the curb. The door swings open. He steps inside. The door shuts. The engine hums. The vehicle pulls away. Inside the car, the city moves past the window. The White House fades in the distance. The streets are busy. People walk unaware of what just happened behind those closed doors. His hands rest on his lap. His fingers tighten slightly. He takes a slow breath. He does not look back. The car moves forward. His mind does too. The war is not over. The fight is far from done. The meeting may have ended, but the battle continues. Tomorrow will come. And with it, another decision, another challenge, another moment to stand firm. The night falls over Washington. But for Ukraine, the night has already begun. The front lines remain. The soldiers wait. The people endure. A suit was never the issue. The real question remains: who will stand? Who will fight? Who will win? Chapter 8. The World Reacts. The headlines spread like wildfire. Newspapers print bold letters across their front pages. News anchors speak with urgency. Online debates ignite. The world is watching. The meeting that was supposed to be routine, controlled, diplomatic, is now something else. Meeting ends in tension. No press conference. The suit that stole the show. Cameras captured no smiles, no firm handshakes, no unity between leaders. There were no reassurances, no clear answers, just silence and speculation. Social media erupts. One clip plays over and over again. Trump's final words, Zelenskyy's unwavering stare, the sharp exchange before he walked out. Some call Zelenskyy bold, strong, fearless. Others call him stubborn, reckless. Some say he embarrassed himself. Some say he embarrassed Trump. Opinions split. Some believe Zelenskyy won the moment, that he stood his ground, that he refused to bow. Others claim Trump asserted power, dismissing the Ukrainian president with a smirk, proving that words mean little when money and weapons are in question. The White House moves quickly. A carefully crafted statement is released. The meeting was productive. The conversation was direct. Both leaders expressed their positions, but no one is fooled. Analysts speak on live television. Experts argue. The world wants answers. What was said behind those closed doors? Was aid promised, or was it threatened? In Ukraine, the reaction is swift. Some praise Zelenskyy for refusing to bend. He did not change who he was, did not trade his principles for approval. Others worry. Will the U.S. reduce its support? Was this meeting a sign that things are shifting? In Washington, politicians react. Some support Trump's stance, saying American aid cannot be endless. Others criticize him for his tone, for his lack of warmth toward an ally in need. Zelenskyy's words linger in the minds of many. Next time, remember who is really fighting. Memes flood the internet. Images of the two men, their expressions frozen in time. One standing firm, the other smirking. Outside the White House, reporters wait for answers. Officials give vague responses. No commitments, no confirmations. The questions remain. Inside Zelenskyy's plane, silence. His team reviews notes, checks reports. The engines roar as they leave Washington behind. His eyes stay on the window, the city lights fading beneath the clouds. The trip is over, but the real challenge begins now. In Ukraine, the war does not pause. Soldiers remain on the front lines. Civilians brace for the next attack. The night sky glows with distant explosions. The enemy does not care about meetings or press conferences. A decision was not made today, but a message was sent. Chapter 9. Ukraine's Response. The plane touches down in Kyiv. The journey is over, but the real work begins now. Outside, the city is quiet. The air is cold. Snowflakes drift through the dark sky. The war has not paused. It does not wait for meetings, speeches, or politics. Zelenskyy steps off the aircraft. His team follows. Some glance at their phones, reading the latest reactions. Others remain silent, lost in thought. The tension from Washington still lingers. The weight of unanswered questions hangs over them. But there is no time to dwell. There is only time to move forward. Inside the presidential office, the lights burn late into the night. Reports flood in from advisors. Messages arrive from allies. Some express support. Others remain cautious. The meeting with Trump has sent ripples across the world. Some believe it was a show of strength. Others worry it was a risk. His team debates. Did he push too hard? Did he risk too much? Could he have handled it differently? Some argue that diplomacy is about compromise. Others insist that standing firm was the only option. The discussion goes in circles. Zelenskyy listens. He lets them speak. Then, when the room quiets, he rises. His voice is steady. We do not lead by asking what pleases others. We lead by doing what is right. No one replies. They understand. The next morning, the sun rises over Kyiv. Smoke still lingers in the distance, the reminder of another night of attacks. But the city stands. People move through the streets. Life goes on, even in war. A speech is planned. The nation needs to hear from him. The cameras are set. The flags stand behind him. The moment arrives. He looks into the lens. The world is listening. His people are waiting. We stand strong. With or without support, Ukraine fights. Not because we choose war, but because we have no choice. We will not bow. We will not break. His words echo through the halls, through homes, through trenches on the front lines. Some cheer, some nod in quiet approval, others worry. In living rooms, families watch. A mother in a small apartment clutches her son's hand. A soldier, resting for only a moment, listens through a cracked radio. They hear his voice. They hear his resolve. His advisors continue their debates behind closed doors. Some say a leader must be careful. Others argue that strength is the only answer, but he does not waver. A leader does not change clothes to please others. A leader does what is right. The night falls again over Ukraine. The war does not sleep, but neither does its leader. Chapter 10. Trump's next move. The White House is busy. Phones ring. Doors open and close. Advisors gather in small groups, speaking in hushed tones. The meeting with Zelenskyy is over, but the conversation continues. Some believe the matter is settled, others are not so sure. Trump sits behind his desk. His arms rest on the chair. He listens. Some suggest cutting aid further, shifting priorities. Others argue against it, warning of consequences. The debate is heated. Some voices rise, others fade. He leans back, eyes half closed. He does not rush. He likes to wait, to watch, to see how the world reacts. The media is still talking about the meeting. The headlines have not stopped. The world is paying attention. Then, a decision. He picks up his phone. His fingers move across the screen. One message, just a few words. Strong leaders make strong deals. Weak ones, well, they wear whatever they want. He hits send. The internet explodes. Screens light up. News anchors repeat the words. Analysts debate the meaning. Some laugh. Some frown. Some say it is a joke. Others call it an insult. Social media erupts. Supporters cheer. Critics shake their heads. Memes appear within minutes. A photo of Zelenskyy in his military jacket. A photo of Trump in his suit. The words beneath, who is strong, who is weak? In Kiev, Zelenskyy sees the message. He does not react. He has no time for games. The war is real. The suffering is real. Words on a screen do not change that. His advisors bring updates. Some American officials distance themselves from the post. Others defend it. The world watches. Leaders from Europe weigh in. Some stand with Ukraine. Others stay silent. Trump's words are simple, but the meaning is not. Is he hinting at something? A shift in policy? A new direction? The uncertainty spreads. Inside the White House, advisors continue their discussions. Some say the message was strategic, a test, a way to measure reactions. Others believe it was impulsive, another unpredictable move. Trump remains unreadable. He speaks little about the meeting. He moves on to other matters, publicly at least. But behind closed doors, the discussions continue. What next? What is the price of continued support? What does America gain? Ukraine waits. The world waits. The silence is filled with questions. The night falls over Washington, but the storm has just begun. Chapter 11. The Legacy of a Suit. The months pass, seasons change. New headlines fill the news cycle. Wars continue. Elections come and go, but some moments stay. Some conversations do not fade. Some images remain. People still talk about it. They mention it in interviews, in debates, in late-night discussions. The words come up again and again. Remember the suit incident? A sentence that once seemed small, but now carries meaning beyond fabric, beyond clothing, beyond a handshake in a cold room. Videos of that moment still circulate. The handshake, the smirk, the words exchanged at the doorway, the way one man stood firm while the other leaned back, testing, judging. The world still chooses sides. Some believe Zelenskyy won. He stood by his principles. He refused to bow to expectations. He walked into one of the most powerful rooms in the world and did not change who he was. To them, that was strength. That was leadership. Others believe Trump won. He controlled the room. He made the moment his own. He did not bend to emotion. He dictated the terms. To them, that was power. That was dominance. A year later, both men move forward. But the meeting lingers. It follows them. For Zelenskyy, the war continues. His country still fights, still struggles, still hopes. His days are filled with decisions, hard, painful decisions. Every resource matters. Every soldier counts. The world still watches Ukraine, but not always with the same urgency. Promises made in bright rooms are sometimes forgotten in the dark of war. For Trump, the conversation shifts. His campaign moves on. His focus changes. But when he stands at rallies, when he speaks to his audience, the suit incident is still there. Some call it a joke, some call it a symbol. But it does not disappear. People debate what it all meant. Was it about respect, about image, about diplomacy, or was it about something deeper? Historians analyze it. Political experts write about it. Comedians still make jokes about it. But one thing is clear. A single outfit. A single moment. A meeting that changed everything. The war is not over. The debates are not over. The future is uncertain, but the past is written. And history does not forget.